Me, Matt, Killer Kyle. And before we begin the video, just kind of want a disclaimer. There's a huge rant we did. But, yeah. As the co-champions, we just want to say, I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed the video, though.
You know us and our rants, we sometimes just can't help it. Sorry, not sorry.
Exactly.
I can never take it slow. Got that fire roar. Wheels of fury tear the track. Hear that engine soar. Me back, shifting gears, push it to the core. Killer Kyle on my tail. Feel the tension roar. Ain't no rules in this game. Every breath I fight. Pound the pedal, scream for speed through the endless night.
Hey, me and Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. And this is another interesting location.
Yeah.
We make doo-doo, so yeah, we tried. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury, and we talk about NXT Vengeance Day.
Yeah, NXT Vengeance Day this Saturday, along with Grand Slam Australia.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a pay-per-view. I think it's just gonna be on like TNT and Max or whatever. Nonetheless,
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I just feel like yeah, it's a thing. The Grand Slam's always been a thing, and I'm glad that they're gonna expand their horizons, but and if you watched NXT last night, it was the debut of
Ricky Starks. Yeah. We just found out, you could say, about, not only Ricky, Miro, and Malachi Black,
Yeah.
basically being released by AEW, whatever, no longer being on their superstar page or whatever. And then see Ricky last night, it's like, okay, that turned her, well, I mean, who knows how long it was between when he was let go, let's say,
Yeah.
and then, like, making their appearance on NXT.
Yeah. I feel like if I'm Tony Khan, I'd be shitting myself right now. Just because I look at the fact that, and I was talking to my brother about this too, WWE used to be the program that nobody wanted to watch anymore.
Yeah.
And so AEW comes along. They did the same thing with TNA about over 20 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, somehow AEW has become the channel not to watch, the show not to watch, rather. And yeah, it's a good product, but I think somehow WWE has become a lot better to watch. Main reason because somebody's no longer there. Regardless, I think that now you have guys like Sean Spears, or Ethan Page, or hell, now Ricky Starks. Like, what's next?
I feel like Tony Khan is going to end up garnering a reputation to where people are not going to want to work for him.
And that's, yeah.
Because you look at the people that have already left AEW and potentially on their way out of AEW. You've already had Cody leave. You've already had Sean Spears leave. You've already had Lexis King leave. You've already had Jade Cargill leave. You've already had Andrade leave. You've already had Ricky Starks leave. Malachi is no longer there. Miro is no longer there. I talked about Pac, displeasure with the company.
Britt Baker,
like, what's it gonna take for Tony Khan to quote unquote, pull his head out of his ass and be like, okay, I need to do something for my employees to want to stay in my company. Now, I mean, there is still a lot of people that, are there in the company that are still relatively big names that, you know of, and whether that be, homegrown talent, if you will, or guys that already made a name for themselves that are in the company just to kind of help it flourish. It's just a matter of like, what is it going to take for a change to where people are going like, oh yeah, I love this company, I want to stay in this company, it's a great company, I like working here, great working conditions, I like management, I like Tony Khan, I love the fans, I love this, I love that, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I think it's a matter of, I'm still young, I got my daddy's money, I can do whatever the hell I want. It's kind of like, well, you dug yourself a grave because now all your talent's on NXT or WWE for that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's okay. So you have guys like Adam Copeland and Christian Cage and
Sure.
even Pac,
Mox,
Jericho.
Jericho, Claudio, so on and so forth.
I mean, the question I have though is, do you think that now that old man Vince is gone, a lot of them are going, gee, maybe I should think about making my return?
I mean, potentially.
Because I don't see Mox going back. He has done very well in AEW and New Japan. When you look at the interview with Van Vliet, Chris Jericho is like, the thing that people don't understand, yeah, I want to be on TV, but I'm not the one that makes the decisions. They call me up and they say, hey, can you do this match? Or hey, can you make this appearance? Because it seems like everybody assumes that Chris Jericho is doing everything for himself. And is putting himself, like, over, in a way.
Putting himself over and making himself look like the big shot when it's like, no, Tony Khan to contact me and be like, hey, can you work this Dynamite? Can you work this Collision? Can you work this Rampage? Can you work this pay-per-view? Can you work this Ring of Honor show? Can you, I don't know if you have seen on Instagram, I have, about the latest cruise, rock and roll cruise.
I heard about it.
Yeah. All the things that those superstars do in AEW is solely based off of what Tony Khan has in mind for matches and a card for a pay-per-view, a Dynamite, a Collision, a Shockwave that's coming up in the not too distant future. And not only that, but like, I'm sure a lot of his talent probably still do other promotions, whether that be GCW, whether that be something else.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, there was rumors that Matt Cardona was going to make his way back to WWE, and that's still on the table. I just think that, well, I think my biggest fear is AEW in another 5 years is going to go tits up.
Yeah.
Because, again, when you have that much money, and we all know of people who are billionaires or millionaires or whatever, and they're like, their shit doesn't stink.
Yeah.
And I think that Tony Khan is slowly going to become that.
And like, you think about it too, okay? Him and his family owns the Jacksonville Jaguars football team. I do believe they have some ownership, I would say, of the football stadium that's right next to Daly's place
Right.
in Jacksonville. So Tony and his family, well, okay, Tony Khan specifically, very well knowledgeable in football, and owned that football team for, however many years, generations, whatever. Tony Khan knows wrestling. He's a fan of wrestling. He loves wrestling. You can talk to him about anything wrestling, he's right there with you. Dates, people, etc., etc. As far as the aspect of running a wrestling business, he's still learning.
Oh, and I get it. No, I do. I get it. I just...
Like, we're 5 years into this thing. At the same time, we still got a long way to go and a long learning curve.
Yeah.
It seems as if maybe Tony Khan just hasn't quite come to grips with the fact that, like, the wrestling business is one of those things where you're constantly going to have people coming in and out. Signing with your company, leaving your company, going to another company, You're always going to be signing new people, you're always going to be having people leaving your company, and so on and so forth. That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Even when you look back, before, like, you had wrestling the way it is now, back in the territory days, you'd have, let's say, Andre the Giant go to St. Louis area for a little bit, wrestle there. Then he'd go maybe Boston area, New York, and wrestle the different territories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but like far different. Like like I said, you're always gonna have people cycling through. It's like a revolving door. People constantly coming in, going out, coming in, going out. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, now that we got that out of the way.
Well, while we were doing this little protection video, I needed some groceries and that yesterday, and so I packed up, just a few things that I needed, and so why not? I have the Instacart app, so I just went on there and got what I needed, and I saw something, and I was like, I want to give that a try. And so I was like, why not? It came in a 4-pack, like, alright, I'll bring down a couple bottles and give her a whirl. Not in there, over here. We have British Columbia Raspberry Coca-Cola.
Oh.
Well, that didn't go as I thought it would.
Wow.
There it is.
Yes, I've had the Quebec maple, and there was another one, but I don't believe I've had this. But
Anyway.
this is gonna be delicious.
Yeah. Now, I know you like Pepsi Lime
Yeah.
and Coke Lime and whatnot. I didn't really think you were I'm not saying I just didn't think you were into the fruity.
Of cherry.
Oh yeah, cherry.
Yeah. And
Cherry Coke and that, but I thought that was pretty much the extent. Okay, lime, cherry. That was pretty much it.
I find raspberries to be quite delicious, actually. I've had, the marshmallow Viva Puff cookies, and there was something else with raspberry in it that I enjoyed. So I'm expanding my horizons.
Yeah, exactly.
At 40. But anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for this. And enjoy this prediction video.
Yeah.
It's a different setup this time. We like to experiment with that too.
Yeah.
But anyways, subscribe, Killer Kyle 35, me, Matt's World,
Aye.
and it's gonna be one hell of a show on Saturday.
You got it.
Let's throw it here.
Sure.
Oh my god.
That's not bad. That's good.
That's really good. And like I said, I think raspberry is really one of those things I don't talk about very much.
Yeah.
But I do like it, and this is no exception.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that BC has its name on it, but
They know, like, you got Quebec maple, British Columbia raspberry. What's gonna be next? Ontario.
peaches.
Nah. Peaches are more like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. Anyway,
Ontario apples.
Ontario is something like that.
Apple Coke.
Yeah, really.
But, oh, that's what's actually put me in a better mood. So, thank you. Anyways,
Let's get into her.
that's what she said.
Attention state. Wheels of fury, sweet vest tonight. Vengeance there, was burning bright.
This just got confirmed. We have a strap match.
Aye.
We've got Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams.
Whoop that trick! You.
And I'm still debating on if I like this whole Eddie Thorpe heel change.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched NXT, but I've been kind of keeping up with it on like highlights and whatnot. Eddie Thorpe as a heel is like, I'm interested in as to like why.
And that's, yeah, well, that's the thing. It's one of those who's screwing with me because I'm Native American and you're keeping me down. It's the same bullshit that
Oh yeah.
Mustafa Ali did with his heritage, and I think that's just cheap, in my opinion. And so, yeah, he's been attacking Trick. He's been attacking some others, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so basically they've been doing a back and forth thing. Last night, he actually did a backstage segment in the woods
No.
where he had the strap and he was talking about the strap match. Later on, Trick was interviewed before the main event
Mm-hmm.
where he accepted the challenge.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think strap matches are awesome. We don't see those in WWE that much.
No.
But I think now we're going to see a lot more cool shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was also last night on NXT you had a steel cage match between Tony D'Angelo and Rich Holland.
Right. That was fun. That was a good match.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Izzy Dean turning heel.
Yeah.
Who didn't see that coming?
It's interesting, that group, if you will. You got Shawn Spears, Izzy Dame now, Brooks Jensen, and the other, whoever the fuck the other dude is. So like, man, since Shawn's come back, it's like, it's a complete, like, it's the chairman, but like on a different level.
Pretty much. And kudos to Triple H for not bringing him back as Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
I think we're well past that whole thing, and it's going to be interesting to see how far it comes.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Shawn went to AEW, it was like, he was just there.
Yeah, I mean, You had him with Tully Blanchard, which was alright. And that, like, he was doing quite well for himself. There was that group he was part of. It wasn't the Firm. Or maybe, anyways, it didn't last long. Then he was doing, had some really good matches in that. But then it ultimately just ended up just leaving and then going back to WWE and NXT.
Yeah, and I think that once again, it's a testament on how one person leaves a company for good, and it just picks up from there and makes it better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a good match. Trick has really set on fire. I mean, putting the NXT title on him was awesome.
Yeah.
So, I think there's going to be a way for Eddie Thorpe to cheat.
I mean, probably. It was sometime last year. Eddie Thorpe had that strap match with, was it Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so it's like, I wonder if the strap match is going to be like Eddie's thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like how many moons ago it was Wahoo McDaniel's thing.
Yeah.
The Indian strap match.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I thought there was another Native American wrestler in NXT, but I can't remember his name.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, if he somehow gets involved in this match, that would be pretty interesting. But, yeah, I think Eddie Thorpe is going to win. Nothing against Trick Williams. I think that Eddie needs a bigger push.
Yeah.
I want to see a monster heel. Not that he's a monster, but I want to see more of that. And maybe a North American title run at some point.
I mean, potentially, yeah.
So,
Vengeance Day. Vengeance Day release the rage. Wheels of fury.
Next we've got Javon Evans taking on Ethan Page.
yeah. So, I mean, that whole thing with Ethan Page and pulling the 1997 Shawn Michaels,
Yeah.
and then potentially breaking Javon's jaw, which
Yeah.
was kind of interesting. But you look at somebody like Javon, who's 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, well, we've seen it before with others, but like, here's a guy who is going to kill it in another 5 years.
Oh, absolutely.
Ethan Page, WWE, NXT, TNA, AEW, he's fucking done it all.
Yeah.
And other places in Canada, I'm sure. But the fact is that this guy is money.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing is I think they make Javon a good, like, actor with the whole clenching of his jaw all the time because of the injury that he's had.
Mm-hmm.
Avenging Cedric Alexander, which I'm still glad he's in the company.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay. But anyhow, yeah, it's going to be hard to choose because Ethan is a good wrestler, a good heel, and Javon is still learning, but
Oh, yeah.
at the same time, he's adapted really well.
Oh, absolutely.
So honestly, I can't pick a winner for this one.
And I mean, like, it was Deadline, was it? Javon Evans. And I don't remember who had that tag match for the tag titles.
Right?
So, I mean, he's already had a shot at a championship
Yes.
in his I'll say roughly 6 months in the company-ish.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, like, as time goes on and the better he gets, he's gonna end up with other opportunities at a championship and maybe be a champion. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be a fun match either way, but like, I can't really decide. In regards to Javon Evans, yeah, I see a title on him within the next couple of years.
Oh, without a
I was
doubt.
gonna say within a year, but a fat chance of that right now.
Year or two.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Like, let's face it, if Sean Waltman got a title in his first year in the company, I mean, that would change everything, but yeah.
I know. Like, there are some people that have come into the company and, gotten a title right out of the gate. I mean, like a Motor City Machine.
Vengeance Day. On Vengeance Day, we reach the rage. Wheels of fuel.
To the NXT Tag Team titles, we got Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki and Imura.
Yeah. I mean, when they split up Fallon Henley and Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, they were doing this whole thing with Brooks where it was like, he grew out the thick beard and looking scruffy and acting like a drunk and disorderly causing chaos and whatnot. I thought they were just, gonna eventually, it seemed like they were gonna bring in Josh and, he's, this country boy that's a badass that'll kick your ass and, take names and make money and become a big star. Not to say that he's not already a big star, but like a star singles. You got him teaming with this Japanese guy, and it's like, okay.
I mean, I think it's cool that he brought somebody in from Pro Wrestling Noah,
Yeah.
and he seems to be adapting quite well. But yeah, it's kind of random to put him with Josh Briggs. But, and then you look at someone, a team like Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Like, there's many times in the past few weeks where I kind of thought that they were going to break up.
Oh, yeah.
But they seem to work very well as a tag team. And honestly, I could see them go over.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily see Fraxium retain.
Like, I don't know if Josh and Yoshiki are gonna get the titles right away.
Right.
I think that they're so new that they need to prove more.
Yeah.
And the fact, well, not necessarily Josh, but Yoshiki just coming from New Japan, or Noah, so...
Yeah, Yoshiki, I gotta build him up quite a bit more before throwing a title on him of some kind.
Vengeance Day. On Vengeance Day, we reach the rage. Wheels of fuel.
Now we have a fatal four-way for the NXT Women's Championship. We've got the champion Julia defending against Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a triple threat. And then Cora Jade just got added in by Eva Rain. Some dumb fuck reason.
Last night, you have Cora take on Bailey. Really good match. You have Roxanne come out, throw it back to Bailey a la 2017, whatever the fuck. Hug Life Bailey. The old, they're like, da-na-na-na-na-na, the streamers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Gets involved in the match, and, you know, Cora ends up winning. It's like, okay, whatever. And then, yeah, Ava comes out and like, well, the triple threat match for the women's NXT Women's Championship is now a 4-way, and it's like, because Cora pinned Bailey, that puts her in the match for the title at Vengeance Day. Tell me how the fuck that works.
I mean, we'll get to it when we get to this match, because I have a lot to say about that, but at this particular match, it's like Cora and Roxanne are real life best friends, and they're a tag team. They've been against each other, with each other. You have Roxanne, you got Bailey, you got Julia in this match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Bailey go over.
No.
I mean, look, she's the OG NXT woman. But the fact of the matter is that I don't want to see another live SmackDown wrestler as the NXT champion. Or NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, I mean, you already fucking did that with Dolph.
Yep.
We don't need that shit again.
So, I don't see Cora win it, unfortunately. And I sure as shit don't want to see Roxanne with the title again.
Yeah.
I think that they're all good talent. But you just put the belt on Julia.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep her going with it.
Yeah.
She could have a feud with anybody. Fuck, she could have a feud with Cora if you want. Maybe stand and deliver. But I don't see Julia with the title off. Not right now.
No. No. Not at all.
It's gonna be a hell of a match.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Julia for the win.
Vengeance Day. A man who shall stay within the rage. Wheels of
Speaking of new talent, the NXT Women's North American title. We just talked about it. Fallon Henley versus Stephanie Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Now, if you have Stephanie win this title on Saturday, you will have somebody that just was the CMLL Reina Del Rey's champion or women's champion, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That was last year. But still, look how many titles this woman has had within the last 2 years.
Oh, I know.
I think that it would be awesome. The fact is how long will that last?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's say you have a WrestleMania 20 moment, and you have Julia stand tall, and here comes Stephanie Valkyrie, the new North American Women's Champion,
Yeah.
and they embrace in the ring, and then they hold each other's hands up, and with their titles. I mean, that could happen.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't know, because I think Fallon is a good heel as well. She's really come into that.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it's the right time to take the championship off of her, but it's let's flip a coin and see what happens.
Pretty much. I mean, Fallon has had a fairly good run as Women's North American Champion. I don't know how often she's defended it. I don't think that much. But she's had a good run with the title. Could this be the time to throw the championship on Stephanie? I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Brought these two in the company white hot.
Yeah.
You should put the belt on her. Let's see what happens with it.
I mean, like, how long was it that both her and Julia were in NXT? 2-3 months, I'll call it, roughly? Maybe, or 4, no, in there about
Yeah.
3 to 4 months, whatever. And then you got Julia winning the NXT Women's Championship.
And here's another one. Battle in the Valley last year. A lot of matches in New Japan. Like, it is so cool to see these two finally make it to WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, of course it's NXT, but still.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an awesome match, and we'll see what happens. But I agree, I think that Stephanie should win.
Vengeance Day. On Vengeance Day, we reach the rage. Wheels of fuel.
For the NXT Championship, main event, Obafemi defending the championship against A-Town Down Under.
So let me get this straight. Because you have a team like A-Town Down Under, you had two guys that were just WWE Tag Team Champions. And now you're putting them in this spot? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And you know my answer. You know that Obafemi's gonna squash these two.
Yeah.
You have no idea how stupid this is. These guys are heels. Yeah, they teased a breakup. But the fact of the matter is you did this for why?
Yeah.
You have no reason to do this.
I know.
It happened before with other take teams,
Mm-hmm.
and you did this, and it was stupid then, and this is dumb. Because, yeah, they'll break up eventually, but basically it's just something for Obafemi to whip into.
Pretty much.
It's just kind of like, I don't know what to say at this point. Yeah.
Like, I will admit, it is pretty cool that they have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller back in NXT for a little bit.
Yeah.
How long it's going to be, who knows, but like, the two of them in the NXT title picture is like, what? Why?
Yeah. And look, I think Austin Theory should have a title at this point. A singles title.
Yeah.
But to do this makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Especially somebody like Obafemi. Like, somebody that is a brick shithouse
Mm-hmm.
that has ripped through everybody. Who was already the North American champion.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of like, yeah, you just fed them to a monster.
Pretty much.
So,
Over for the win.
in words of Roman Reigns, stack 'em, smash 'em. Yeah.
Smack 'em, stash 'em. Smack 'em, smash 'em, stack 'em, pin 'em, whatever. the fuck.
Pretty much, yeah. But this is gonna be a good show.
Yeah. And I suppose now would be an appropriate time to address the elephant in the room, so to speak. So, Senator Alexander is still being in WWE. No, he's not.
Oh, shit.
No. He was in that crop of talent that got let go recently, along with Paul Ellering, AOP, Sonya Deville, Giovanni Ricci. Hell, I didn't even know about this until I seen something on Instagram talking about the releases. Isla Dawn. got let go as
Oh,
well.
I heard about that too. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. Once again, talent that didn't need to leave.
Yeah,
Like, it's one thing to take away Paul Ellering. No offense to Paul.
yeah,
But Isla Dawn was still with Elba Fire.
yeah,
That was a good take team.
yeah,
Sonya Deville had Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
That was going very well.
I mean, yeah, you had Paul Ellering and Yog's Pain in the Final Testament.
Yeah, and now Cedric Alexander, like,
Even Blair Davenport as well.
yeah, but they really weren't doing anything with her.
Yeah,
Like, it boggles my mind that when I talk of how AEW is doing poorly, kind of forget the fact that WWE can fuck up just as bad still.
yeah,
So, good luck to their future endeavors, I reckon, but, like, what's next? And why? Why had this happen? Like, why?
I know.
There was no reason for it.
No,
So, yeah, it fucking sucks, but that's the way shit goes.
that's the nature of the beast, like I said.
But anyways, yeah, this is gonna be an awesome show. Yes, Grand Slam is Saturday as well, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
So, we'll watch that too. But, in the meantime and in between time, the next time I'm coming back is... Elimination Chamber.
yeah, Elimination Chamber, March the 1st, Toronto.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be a lot of fun too. But,
March the 1st, you got Elimination Chamber, and then the 9th, you have Revolution.
that's right. Number 9. Number 9. Anyway, that's gonna be a good show too.
Yeah,
So, for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle. We will talk to you next time. Deuces.
later.
The wheels of fury, they spin, they roar. Never halting. The end's now calling.